how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, today, first of all, for those that celebrate it, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. We have made it to our final day in the CCC, the Triple C, the Clairvoyant Christmas Countdown. We have made it to our final day, day 7, a week of messages here. And wow, it's been a hell of a week. It's been a hell of a week. And we've got some fun stuff planned for today. First, I want to take a look at the list. This is the list. This is everything we've done this week for a recap. So, on day 1, we pulled some cards here in the office. On day 2, we went outside and we did some messages from our deceased loved ones in a pick a card type of style. So we got to do that and it was really, really nice. Messages of closure. On day 3, we did a channeled message with some automatic writing that I did here in the office, channeling the choir of angels. We did that for day 3. On day 4, everything went to absolute total shit. We had archangels and dick licks. Hashtag Chihuahua Mom. On day 5, we did more cards here in the office. Yesterday, we had another channeled message from the choir of angels here in the office. It was nice to have that there. It was a very powerful message yesterday for Christmas Eve. And so today, it's Christmas. We are in our final day of our Triple C here. And so I was like, well, what's a grand finale? What's a good way to end this? You know, not only have we used tarot cards, but we've also used cards of closure, messages of closure, and we've also used some oracle archangel cards. So what do we do? We've done channeled messages. What's left? And I was like, we haven't woven in a little bit of astrology yet. That's new. We haven't woven in a little bit of astrology yet. And then I was like, I'm not even the best person to go to when it comes to astrology. I might need a little bit of reinforcements. So, our final Triple C day, our Christmas episode here today. Guess what? Y'all are about to see a little surprise. Here we go. Jumping right on in.
I didn't tell you. Second on your too.
Because I can't see where it is. I told you this stuff is messy.
Yeah, well, I was going to tell you. Oh.
Yeah. This is the Christmas surprise. This is the Christmas surprise.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah, so Christmas surprise. And then for all of you other folks, not U.S. folks, for all of you other folks, here we are having our poutine, tea, and biscuits. Yes.
Poutine, KK.
Christmas tea and biscuits. Christmas tea and biscuits with rich tea classics here. Rich tea classics. And our poutine cups. Yes. Just hanging out. Because like I said earlier, this for today is just a chill hangout day as our last day of the Triple C. And since it's Christmas, then as I've mentioned before, in case there's anybody here that doesn't celebrate Christmas and just wants to hang out, or they do celebrate Christmas but they don't have anything to do this year, or you're lonely, or you're with people you wish you weren't with, shit like that, there you can hang out with us instead. So that's what we're doing. Just a nice
If you have a lousy fucking crew.
If you have a lousy crew.
And you're escaping in the bathroom to watch this YouTube video to be like, God.
Then you can have some rich tea classics, rich clee-tastics.
Oh yeah, the rich clee-tastics.
I sat there and fumbled over what I was going to say so long that my rich tea classic went and went limp and flaccid.
Yeah, I was about to say, you had some, you stuffed your face with something flaccid. Inadvisable, y'all, inadvisable.
Because I was holding it too long after I dipped it talking. Everyone knows it's a mistake, but
I think,
was
that your chair?
It is the chair. It's gonna keep doing that.
I was like, she's gonna edit that out.
No, it's still the chair.
You're like, even if I ripped ass, I'd leave it in there for
Even
everybody.
if I ripped ass, I probably would leave it in there, but it would have been more funnier because I would have known I ripped ass. So I would have been like, oh, that's hilarious! Did you hear that? I hope that was caught on camera. This time I'm like, well, it was the chair, but maybe next time it'll be me. I don't know. Especially if we manage to eat all of these, then it really might be me next time. So we'll see. But how was your Christmas?
Yeah.
How was
Not to
your
make
day
it
going?
always about like bathroom stuff, but my kid, she's 6, and it was funny because Rosie, and I could pull Rosie in here in a second because y'all haven't seen Rosie, I guess, in a bit. Well,
Yeah.
your video.
My
the video.
B-rolls, that's
But
it. I pulled her in the B-roll because they've been missing her.
so like Rosie was riding in the car with us, and my kid's like, ew, Mama, Rosie farted in the back seat. I was like, well, I don't smell it, so I don't think it's so, because you don't miss it when she does. And she's like, no, for real. And then it like hit me in the face. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? She goes, call the police. And I was like, yeah, I should. It's an emergency. But she was so offended over that. She's like, call the police.
She's gonna go get Rosie.
Well, I'm going to open the door and see what happens. I'm a little bit scared about it because if the cats.
Speaking of
a cat.
Dusk.
Yeah, because I was about to say, if these cats come in,
Dusk is already here.
they think that this bookshelf is a jungle gym.
Yeah.
And here
Dusk
he comes.
is on its way. See, the chair keeps
Maybe I can
creaking.
get him for you. Yeah.
See?
Oh, shit.
My chair keeps creaking.
It's okay, cat.
Dusk.
I call him Dust all the time. And
I know, but I
feel bad
didn't mean to. I'm going to be double dipping this, and
That's
I don't
fine.
even care because this is my own tea.
What do you mean double dipping?
This is
Of
my
course
own
you're double dipping.
Pusheen tea. Well, I don't know what's, proper, okay? All of the tea time people out of here drinking their teas, their afternoon teas will know what's proper. I don't know what's proper, but I'm double dipping my rich tea classics here.
Can you show everybody in the camera your beautiful blue eyes?
Well, hello, Dusk.
Can they see? I've got 2 of these now. This is only one.
Put it up closer. Maybe I should capture the other one and try to hold it too.
Well, I've shown in like one video. Oh, very good.
That's a good job, Dusk.
Everyone can see your beautiful blues now.
Yeah,
He's
but
like,
we're twins, and I'll go get the other one so we can be twins with twins. Twin boys and twin girls, if you'll let me.
yeah, I mean,
We'll see. If I return without a cat, then I'm sorry. He tried to run away a little piece, but
we have him.
we have him.
2 boys.
2 boys.
See each other.
Twins.
Kiss, kiss.
Twins with twins. Merry Christmas, twins with twins. As we have a Rosie, a square nose right here in the middle by the Rich Tea Classics. That is a square nose right
The Rickley Tastics.
Yep. Yep.
These are all the black and white critters I have in this house. I still have Chantilly too, for those of you watching this being like, where's the orange cat?
She doesn't want to be picked up right now, trust.
No. Chantilly is one of those temperamental cats because she's a female cat, and sometimes female cats get moody as hell. She's one of those moody ones. And we could, she tolerates me toting her around because I'm her mom, but she doesn't like the boys very much. They don't fight or anything, so it's not anything where it's bad. They'll come up to each other and sniff each other, and they eat beside each other and stuff, so it's not bad. But a lot of the time when she's comfortable, she's like, boys are gross. Don't be bringing me in here around boys whenever I was nice and comfortable. And I'm like, I get it. Well, sorry, Dusk. I'm just holding you hostage.
Stay out of my biscuits. It's our tea and biscuits.
Were you getting comfortable?
It's not for you, squirmits.
Were you falling asleep, actually? I think he might have actually been.
I don't know. He's just been standing or like limping there with his little eyes.
They go boneless when you snatch them. I was petting her. I wasn't even petting him. Would you like to go explore? I don't want to drop you, son, if you're not going to use your faculties. Are you going to use your faculties? Okay, here. I swear to God, if y'all tear up something over there, I am going to cuss. Trust.
So once again, how's your Christmas going? You see our Christmas? How's your Christmas?
Yeah. So our Christmas plans, what do we normally do?
Grammy and Papa's.
Yep.
I still call it Grammy and Papa's, by the way.
Same.
I can't be like, we're going to go over to our mom's house. We're going over to Grammy's house with the grandkids.
Yeah, it just feels like if you do that, you're killing them off even more.
Yeah, it feels like it's like, oh, you're not here anymore. We're just erased you. We just took you out. Yeah, I can't do it. It's still Grammy and Papa's house.
Oh, also, So Grammy was watching, not your last video, because your last video was the dick licking, right?
Yeah, archangels and dick licks. Well, the last one that went live
yeah,
at the
posted.
point of recording this, they're gonna see the Christmas Eve video before they see this one. But at the point of us recording this, the most recent one released was archangels and dick licks. Yes.
Yes. So the one before that was the messages from the deceased loved ones. Whichever one that was.
That was number 2.
Okay, number 2. Number 2 in the series. So my mom watches all of her videos. And she was watching that one. And our nephew William, who's 8 years old, came running up and was like, "It's Aunt B!" You know, because he sees her on the thing. And Mom was like, "Yeah, it's Aunt B." And she was like, she's doing a reading real quick to hear thoughts from people who've passed away that we love. And he's like, "Oh, like Papa?" She said, "Yeah, like Papa." And she goes, "William, how about picking number 1 to 4? Because those were the cards you were pulling." And William's like, 4. And 4 was,
I'm proud of you.
yeah. So it was like, Papa saying, "I'm proud of you." And I think our mom really liked that. Oh God, it's starting.
Yeah.
The cat.
The cat jumped on the keyboard back there.
Okay. All right, Rosie.
But
That's enough.
yeah, I thought that was very sweet that William played along with our video number 2 in the CCC series that we've done here. And he picked number 4, which was, "I'm proud of you." And so Papa's message to little 8-year-old William was that he's proud of him.
Sorry, I also hit my knee in the middle of you saying something sentimental.
It happens. It's gonna happen. I also keep getting lipstick on my teeth. So it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Why, hello, Rosie.
Yeah. I was about to push her out of the video, and then I was like, oh, wait, they wanted to see. Can you tell from the way that her eyes are shining that she's going blind? Bless her. Jesus. You wanted to be in the video. Did I get in the video? How do you feel about the video?
Merry Christmas.
She loves
that. That was pretty bad. That was rude of me. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
she
sorry,
loves that. No, it's not even rude to that animal.
First of all, it was rude. Second of all, it was very unladylike. I live in a barn, and I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter.
We're hanging out on Christmas, okay? I just wanted us to feel like we're hanging out together so you can have a moment in your day where you're like, you know what? We're just hanging out, having fun, lighthearted, not a big deal, you know, whatever. Get to hang out with the twins since a lot of you have been asking for hangout time with her. So
I have to. I hope y'all eating.
are y'all eating? Are we eating without you? Come on, you need to get a snack and come here. Get your tea and biscuits and come here. And for all of you Americans that are like, tea and biscuits, what the fuck? Okay, now, get yourself an electric kettle. Do not ever put anything in your kettle other than water. Don't be looking at all these Pinterest bullshit things. It's like, put a slice of lemon and pour some water. No. Get your kettle, get the water, get a proper mug, and get some sort of biscuits. And of course, you know, biscuits over there are basically cookies, but it's different. It's not just any kind of American cookie. It's literally stuff that's made to be put into this. So look up biscuits. Go to a world market. Go to they have like the European aisle on a grocery store sometimes, or things like that. There's going to be something somewhere in your city, and if you're in a very rural city and you can't find any, you can online order. So might I recommend Rich Tea Classics to online order, or Jaffa Cakes. I love my Jaffas.
I have Jaffa Cakes, but B told me that they weren't presentable enough for the video.
I told her this was not proper Jaffa Cakes because she let her Jaffa Cakes get old enough that the chocolate on the top lost its deep chocolate glaze.
It doesn't look like
ashy.
It's ashy. It's ashy chocolate instead of a sheen.
But
why chocolate. Is that?
I don't know. Why is that? You let it get that way.
I don't like chocolate.
Well, then why the fuck do you have Jaffa Cakes?
Because you left them with me. You didn't.
Those are mine?
Yeah. Well, the one in the bag, the one in the box, I have, but you could also take
I will take the Jaffas.
Yeah. Because Okay, first of all, I don't like chocolate very much. First of all, I don't like chocolate because the primary reason is it hurts me when I eat it, and I don't think I'm like allergic to it or anything like that, but like especially the darker the chocolate, so the more concentrated it is, the more headachy I get when I eat it. And I don't think it's a full-blown allergy or something like that. I just think that I don't really like it. But the other thing is the smell of chocolate. So again, the more concentrated it gets, like people normally are like, oh my God, I smell chocolate cookies and it makes me want to buy a house. I'm like, when I smell fucking chocolate chip cookies, like chocolate, like it smells kind of like dog shit to me. And I'm not even kidding. It's like this dirt. It's a very dirty smell, like dirt or dirty diaper or dog poop. There's like a dirt and a poop smell
Rosie,
about
are you hearing this? Rosie, are you hearing
I mean,
this?
it is.
Blasphemy.
It's like a hot turd in the grass outside.
Blasphemy.
That's like a
We're
chocolatey
supposedly
smell.
related, y'all.
I
We're
don't know.
supposed to have the same DNA. Something mutated.
That's why I like the fruity stuff,
I like fruity too.
like fruity gummies and shit.
I like fruity and chocolate.
What did I eat 5 of before we even started this video?
That's why your tummy's flatter than my tummy, because you don't eat all the sugar.
Yeah, I
you
do.
are very discriminate about your sugar intake. I eat all the sugar. I'm not. That's waving behind you because a cat got at it.
Yeah. I ate 5 what before we started this video?
You ate peppermint peeps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about my
she
waistline
eats
right now.
Talk
about my waistline.
Peppermint shit.
Peppermint peeps.
I don't want my food flavored minty. That's toothpaste. I will take
delicious.
buttermints from Cracker Barrel, specifically those buttermints from Cracker Barrel. I will take Andy's mints and I will take York peppermint patties. If it's not those 3 peppermint food items, I don't want it. It's the same as me squeezing toothpaste out of a tube and eating it, and that's absolutely disgusting. I don't have it. I don't want it. And so that's what she does. So she can eat all that weird mint bullshit that isn't real people food. It's toothpaste.
I like mint chocolate. The mint covers up the dog shit of the chocolate.
Give me another rich tea. I need a rich tea for this.
I mean, it really does, though. The mint is what kind of calms that down. So anyway, bottom line is I'm not really a chocolate fan, so if you want the Jaffa cakes, take them home with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if the ones that are in the box that are still sealed, I would assume that they still have the chocolate sheen, but they could be ashy too. I don't know.
I'll eat them, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah. I got like 15 rolls of these McVitie's. Like, I'm serious. But that's also because my 6-year-old, she tears these things up. She's like, can I have
These
two
are so
biscuits,
simple
biscuits?
that you would think that they would be like whatever, but no. I love these. I love these, Jaffas, and custard creams.
Yeah, the custard creams you're starting to just taste like Oreos at that point. Can you see the boys?
They
Yeah,
don't.
you can. You can see the boys down here. Getting into some stuff.
But yeah, to explain Venus retrograde, I'm
Your
going
fault.
to keep the vagina crystals. I need all the power I can get to my hoo-ha. Cat
Ooh,
needs to
power
soak
it up.
I'm going to let my cat soak it up. Let my cat soak it up. Let my cat soak it up.
Okay, Venus retrograde.
Wow.
Yeah, a cat just meowed. So to have something that's transiting in a way that it's squaring you, it can be something that hits a little bit harder. And it's squaring all cardinal signs right now because it's in Capricorn, which is also another cardinal sign. Yeah. So if you find yourself in any 4 of the cardinal signs, then you might be finding yourself getting hit by Venus retrograde a little bit harder.
So if you are an Aries, a Libra, a Capricorn, or a Cancer, then you are considered a cardinal sign, and so the Venus retrograde will likely impact you perhaps a little bit more than some other people. And tell them how they get impacted by Venus retrograde, because a lot of people probably don't know, like, what does Venus retrograde mean? And we can say it in layman's,
very general
because
terms.
in layman's term, Mercury retrograde people worry about because it can mess up communications, it can mess up equipment, it can make you not be on the same page with people, stuff like that. Venus is usually about relationships or love or things like that. So in what ways could a Venus retrograde impact people?
Yeah, the love, the beauty, the relationships, the sensual things, all these kinds of about life, but whatever is the typical Venus energy. So Venus retrograde, if we're being very overly simplistic and we're not talking about all the other interactions that happen in your chart, all the other aspects that are going on, it's honestly problems with relationships or difficulties with relationships, maybe challenges with relationships, but because it's retrograde, it's not just challenges. It can be like Your ex showing up out of nowhere. So all of a sudden now you're getting phone calls and all this kind of stuff where you're getting blown up by your ex when you're like, listen, it could be your ex from like just a couple months ago. It could be your ex from 10 years ago. And you're like, how did you get my number though?
You are lost, sir.
You are bad lost. And you are now invited to the block party. And so it could be that. A lot of exes come out of the woodwork for Venus retrogrades. That's the typical joke that happens. But you can also have a lot of like relationship troubles or dysfunction, perhaps more arguments in your relationships, not just your romantic ones, platonic ones as well, boss, children. You can just have a little bit more of a difficult time trying to manage your relationships and create harmony in your relationships if this transit is one that it can be kind of challenging, especially like for the cardinal signs. But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be at all, because some people's transits are positive. Just because something is going in retrograde does not mean that it's negative. It just means that it's either slowing down or making you look backwards to kind of like clean up something. And that cleaning of house, so to speak, can be something that is very liberating and very freeing, like pulling up the anchor so that you can actually flow forward. So it can be, very good.
And we've had a lot of readings like that recently, haven't we, y'all? So
snap. I'm repeating stuff.
Yeah, the astrology and the tarot seem to be aligning in that way, and it's always nice to see it when that happens because McFly.
I mean, you get a lot of people that get freaked out. They're like, "Oh, Venus retrograde means that we're going to break up. I'm going to break up with my, my lover and stuff." And that certainly happens in some people's lives with Venus retrograde. It can make you kind of be a little bit more like, "Oh, it's over. I can't deal with this,"
But that's obviously not the thing, or else everybody would get broken with every time Venus went into retrograde, which obviously doesn't happen.
And generally speaking, when relationships fail, it's not always like a shocker. It's kind of a thing where, a lot of people are like, this thing was dead, and we've been turning a blind eye, and Venus retrograde means that you can't turn a blind eye anymore. When you're talking about relationship failures, unless of course you've got something going on with Uranus. If Uranus is in there, that's the tower card of planets.
Isn't that like the wild card that people say? It's kind of like,
unpredictable, surprising type thing. So I kind of relate it to the tower card, even though the tower card technically is Scorpio energy, and that's more like Pluto, which is kind of like that hard hit, deep, kind of a thing. But still, I feel like a very Uranian energy off the tower card, and because it is like that, it's just like, oh shit, what was it? So of course, if you've got Uranus and any kind of hard aspect with this Venus transit, then you might be like, fuck. But the general thing is that you're just going to be like, relationship baggage might be something that just comes up to you, like, having issues where the same issue with your boss keeps coming up, and it's like, now I can't just like sweep it under the rug or ignore it anymore. I have to have a conversation with this bastard. We have to chat it out, kind of a thing. And that's the same thing with your kids or your hubs or whatever, the kind of thing like that. But that's the typical kind of relationship baggage that keeps floating up. But beware of exes coming out of nowhere. Beware if you are somebody who's like, I'm thinking about texting my ex, because perhaps pause that decision.
You might,
perhaps pause that.
If you're like, but I just had a dream with my ex, and in the dream it was, don't just let anything run amok in your head and make you feel like it's a sign, okay? Push pause. Not every little gumption that you get from a dream or from a synchronicity means it's a sign to get back together with a previous partner. I'm not saying it's not a sign. I'm just saying don't knee jerk that into existence. Yeah.
That's what I think too, obviously. But oh yeah, and another thing, because Venus is all about like beauty and luxury and the indulgence and the sensuality and stuff like that, it can make people again like want to like, oh, my phone's ringing.
Yeah, phone's ringing.
Okay, but it can make people want to jump to, say, for example, bump uglies. Maybe you don't need to be jumping in the sack and bumping uglies with folks. It can also make you want to what? Jump and overspend. So if you feel like you're kind of like, I feel like I have anxiety, or I feel like I've got like this void or something that makes me feel kind of restless. And so what do? You go to Target.com, to Walmart.com, to Amazon Prime. And then you go sit here and you just like rattling off buying all these things that you need, but you don't actually like need. Yeah. Or you're like, oh, it's just for the house, but you didn't have to buy all of it all at once.
It was only because of the holidays.
It's just the holidays, the holiday spending, but that's very Venus retrograde. So like anything where you're the overindulgence of stuff. So again, food, overeating. So if, we might be getting a little bit like going a little too far with it. No, we aren't in this moment.
I was about to say, I'm not ashamed of my plate.
I'm not either. I ate 5 peeps before this. I showed up like this, and I still was like, I'm gonna tear it up. And this is mine, that's yours. Okay. So, but either way, it is. It can be overeating. It can be drinking to excess or anything that's excess. So the devil card in tarot, you know that this is our card of overindulgence. Too far. You went too far. Too much. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. The devil card is Capricorn. Where is Venus retrograding right now? Capricorn. So that's why it all like dovetails together. So this, whenever we're talking about tarot shit and I'm referencing astrological shit, it all just comes together. It's all playing around with you at all times. But ta-da.
So temperature check. How are you doing right now?
Yeah.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being it I'm not doing, and 10 being like never better, man, never fucking better. Where are you on the scale right now? Let's see
Venus
some numbers.
In the tarot deck. I was waiting for you to put it together.
I can't brain right now.
The Empress.
Oh, yeah, duh. Okay.
Duh. Yeah, so she's all about beautiful things and love and sensuality and such shit like that. But when the Empress is in reverse, aka Venus kind of retrograding, it doesn't mean that that's a bad card. But what does that mean? It means sometimes our plans that we're making aren't able to come to fruition right now. It's not a good time. It could also mean that there's a lot more self-care that needs to happen right now because this is not necessarily the time to be taking care of other folks. It might be time to invest in your own with you, unless you know there's relationships that you have to mend. Also, the Empress in reverse, probably a bad time to go to the hair salon. Don't be coming up with some kind of crafty thing like, I just wanted to try something new for the holidays, and then you come out with a permed mullet.
It will yeet your entire look right on out of his existence.
I'm telling you, man.
Choop, choop. Bye.
Probably not the best idea. But this being said, these are just energetic potentials that are out there. Astrology doesn't tell you what to fucking do. Tarot doesn't tell you what to fucking do. All it does is it gives you an idea, a snapshot of here are the potential energies that are hanging around. So if you know you have the energy hanging around of overspend, and you have a little whisper of, get your hair done, girl, it'll be all right. And then, but like fry it, If you know that these energies are out there, just make sure that the decisions that you're making have really thought things through about each of these things. So if you had, say, more problematic energies that are floating around, you've already got kind of like a plan or a thought process that's kind of taking you through those contingencies. You're like, nah, that ain't gonna, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You're allowed to make decisions and live your life in these things.
Eat that floppy ass thing before it falls the fuck over.
It's
all like,
this wig was barely hanging in there. Oh, we're gonna have a little time.
It looked like it was about to be like.
That's and you don't let it fucking feel it.
Vagina crystals. Vagina crystals.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of people that, like I see on these groups that get really scared about, tarot or horoscopes or things like that. And it's like, no, it's just a snapshot of what kind of animal you might be up against. So if you're aware of what the energies are and what the animal is, it's like, okay, well then I know if it's a bear, I'll play dead.
Almost everybody would prefer a heads up than not. So...
But you can still do things and you can still live your life. You can still get your hair done. Yeah. But maybe if you had like a whim and you just went to a salon that you just went off of Google reviews and don't actually like look into it any deeper or didn't even check the Google reviews and just was like, oh, here's a salon, let me just pull in. And it's just like something like that. It's like, well, obviously in any part of the year, if you pick your hairstylist like that, it might not go well.
And going back to an old phrase from like biology and physiology and things like that, predisposition does not equal predestination, which means if you know that you are predisposed for this certain thing to happen, it doesn't mean that you are predestined for that thing to happen. It's just saying, hey, you're predisposed. There's a likely chance here this could be something that you face, but that's not your predestination. You now, knowing that, have choices and decisions and things that you can do and you can make. You always have that free will that you can aim that ship in whatever direction you want to set sail, and you can be a part of choosing that destination. We don't have to be fatalistic about this. And so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as I drink this tea. I shouldn't have drank tea because now I'm like, pow.
Our Venus is in Pisces. Like our natal Venus. When we were born, our Venus was in Pisces.
She's dead to me.
So our relationships are imbued with Piscean energy.
I don't sit with her.
I burped over it just now. It was like a bit of a twofer. It was like one that wasn't completely done and it slipped out again.
Nasty
So,
bitch.
yeah, that's what happened though.
Stank as hell.
We're going to have to wrap this up.
We're going to have to wrap this up. We've been talking for too long here. So we need to tie this to a close.
Every video I keep saying I'm not going to get loud and I'm not going to get super animated and I'm not going to talk really fast and I'm not going to get like overly passionate when people are trying to chill out.
It's useless for us to try to do this.
I can't, man.
We can't.
And I literally make a concerted effort. You
can't.
see when you start these videos, I'm just like being very quiet and kind of leaning here and being like,
yep. And then I try after a while to be like, I'm going to be quiet. I'm just going to nod and stuff while she's talking. And then we just, and we get, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you click on these, you know, it's going to happen. So it's up to you. Viewer beware.
yeah. Well, let's go ahead and end this.
All right. Well, thanks for being here and hanging out with us while we just ramble all day. This has been a very fun week of messages to have with everybody. I've really enjoyed this Triple C week, our clairvoyant Christmas countdown. And the countdown has led us here to Christmas on the 25th. And it's been good talking with y'all, reading the comments, getting to interact. I've had fun and I've learned some stuff, and hopefully y'all have had some fun and learned some stuff. Even been entertained during day number 4, which was archangels and dicklicks and all the worst of all the worst of all the worst. So if y'all stayed with me through to the very end and y'all have watched this, put up a Christmas tree emoji. Let's have our last little Christmas spirit here. Put up your little Christmas tree emoji so that we can celebrate Christmas together. And let me know in the comments, did y'all take a snack and eat a snack with us? You know, did you feel like you had a little bit of time to just kind of relax and hang out with us today? And also, how did your Christmas go? For anybody here that celebrates it, did you do anything fun? Is there anything notable about today that you'd like to share? So we love hearing it. And yeah, I reckon I'll come back on later with another video sometime in the next few days. We've got some stuff coming up. As y'all know, it's near the end of December here, so we're fixing to get into 2022, fixing to get into January. So we're going to have to do some January 2022 predictions coming up, and we're going to have to do some all of 2022 predictions coming up as well. So all these things are coming sometime in the near future. But for right now, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, love you, mean it. Bye, love you, mean it. Bye, love you, mean it. Do you love and mean it too? Bye, love you.
Oh, I didn't know that was about me. I was low key stifling a burp again. I love you, mean it though. I really was. I was like, I didn't know. I couldn't quite tell you were gesturing towards me. It's okay though.
Bye, love you, mean it.
I love you too.
And scream it. You tell them bye, love you, mean it too?
Squimmits. She was like, I have to say goodbye to the video. Bye, love you, mean it. Bye, love you, mean it. Bye, bye. Love you, mean it. Love you, mean it. Mwah, mwah. She has had her little macaronis trimmed.
Bye, y'all. So, but they're seeing you that you're the surprise.
They're seeing you are the surprise, and I'm over here like fist deep in a nose scrub, like real surprise. Like
for y'all's entertainment, we're gonna allow